young entrepreneur and a creative artist. She is the owner of a sustainable company called Patrice Designs. Today we're looking at fashion and culture, how to look good whilst preserving your culture at college. Oh, nice. Patrice, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, how are you behaving?
I'm good. How's your week?
The week is good. Been hectic, busy, but yeah, it's good.
But it's good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at fashion whilst preserving your culture.
Also preserving your culture. So yeah, I'm just gonna describe fashion and culture, just a little bit, not to get deeper into it. First, so that maybe the topic can be understood better. So fashion. What is fashion? Like, I think we did a topic about fashion, describing fashion in the past. So I'm just gonna do like a little sentence. Fashion is like self-expression. So it's self-expression of the way of dressing that expresses your personal taste and aesthetic preferences. So people have different preferences, and with fashion you can then so express yourself through fashion. And then culture are the values and beliefs that guide our behavior and decision making. So yeah, so that's fashion and culture. So how to look good, right, whilst preserving your culture at college? How do you do that? So at college, there are different kinds of people at college, and vanhu vakasiyana-siyana, and people come from a different background. Some from Kumusha, high density, low density, and people from different countries. And when you're at college, once you step into college, panaita inonzi cultural shock. Sometimes there's a bit of a cultural shock. You're there, and you're faced with lots and lots of people, different religions, and so how do you then look good once you're preserving your culture at college? So at college, uchishika pa college pai mbereki wako anenge akainvesta knowledge, akainvesta behavior mauri, maybe from 0 to 19, your parent or your guardian, from 0 to 19 or 0 to 18 or 21. So what you should do is always remember how you were raised and put that at the core, like as your as your backbone, so that it guides you on how to to dress or how to behave once you're at college. Because some say kusango to some extent, so you need to know to keep that in mind, how you were raised, to keep it at the core. So once you're there at college, waita cultural shock, there's also now what we call peer pressure. It's a peer pressure, and probably you have friends or some of your classmates, one over from my backgrounds maybe are richer or there's more exposure, and you're trying to fit in. And by trying to fit in, you have to be careful not to lose yourself in the process.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because there's a thin line.
There's a thin line, yeah. Because you may end up maybe walk to venture into other things like drugs and all. And we've seen my issues there, which knows what but as long as akazoita my sex step at college, it's one of those things because of peer pressure. So you have to make sure that you put how you were raised, put it to the core, and always remember how take it to the core, and always remember how you were raised and believe in that. So now avoid peer pressure. Just deal with that and know that your college is just going to be maybe 3 years or 4 years, and then you leave. So don't let the 3 years or 3 years or 4 years at the college ruin the rest of your life. So anyway, we're talking about fashion. It's about looking good. So now the other side, the good side, is there's also exposure. Maybe you never had exposure to fashion. You never had exposure to different styles. So in fashion there's elegant style, and there's the street style, and there's a different classic style and different styles. And then you have exposure to those things. It's good to experiment, because now you're an adult. You can experiment in new things, but at the same time always keep your values to the core. Do not lose yourself in the process. That's what I would say. And as you move on, you need to keep integrity. Don't become a two-faced character just because you want to fit in again. unehembe dzekupfeka ku-college, and then unehembe dzekupfeka uri kumba. Now you become a two-faced, because there are situations whereby now you might end up with a sugar daddy and all that kind of thing, just because you're trying to fit in. So just keep your integrity to the core, and make sure that you don't become that person who has two different characters, because once you develop that, you end up, even in the real world after college, you become two-faced, and that can ruin maybe your marriage in the future, or your business, life in the future, or your work life in the future. You become more like a two-faced type of person, and you don't have to do that. Keep your maintain your character to the core, and don't be that person anehembe college nehembe kumba they could be surprised if they're there to bump into you somewhere at college. So that's what I'll say about keeping your integrity. And then also some colleges that dress code, so preparing you for the future. Like if you're going to be working in an office, there's a dress code for that. If you're going to be an artist, there's a dress code for that. It's a time also to learn those new things, and it's good to learn those new things. So if you're learning about you're going to be working in office, you learn about office wear, hairstyles for the office, and you learn about the makeup for the office and all that. So it's a place to learn. At the same time, it's also a place to keep to yourself, and to keep knowing yourself and valuing how you were raised yourself, because you don't want to lose yourself in the process. So that's mainly what I would say about college life. And so somebody might be thinking, so what should I wear in the college? Paripa College, like I said, people come from different cultures and different backgrounds, but what you should wear is something that you're comfortable with. Avoid my heels like anyanyisa, because you'll be moving from one, to the next. So you need to wear something comfortable, like maybe flat shoes, my trainers, and and in terms of clothing, mainly for college, is just casual, just simple and casual, and try not to be too to wear things that are too revealing, because you're at college, you don't want to put yourself in some weird situations, with the opposite sex if you're a girl. And if you're a guy, just keep it simple, look good, and don't worry much about what you're going to wear. Worry about your education. Make sure you learn enough as possible once you're at college, so that you prepare yourself for the bright future that'll be coming ahead of you. Yeah, so that's mainly what I'll say about fashion and culture, how to look good whilst preserving your culture at college.
All right.
So, are there any questions from listeners?
Not necessarily. I think that's all right. You can also tell us how it was for you college days. Did you have any trouble, in terms of, the fashion and trying to fit in? Come on, and you're not feeling out of place. So that's another thing. And I think the take-home message is, don't give yourself pressure. I see that's why people are selling themselves short now, because they're feeling good. But then it's a phase, it's a time. It's okay, and you can make do with what you have on a budget. Yeah, Patrice, you're cutting short, and your details for those who want to be in touch.
What I'll say is, fashion is very important, but always make sure that humility is at the core. You have to wear humility, in any situation. And make sure that you don't let fashion sway you from, to push you away from your culture and religion too much. And those are my parting words. And if you want to learn more about fashion, or if you're looking for a stylist or a designer, you can get in touch with me on 071 339 6316, 071 339 6316, or you can find me on Facebook, Patrice Muzerengwa, or Instagram, Patrice Muzerengwa, or Patrice Designs. Spelling for Patrice is Petrice, Petreace.
Patrice, thank you so much for your time. You can get in touch with us 07721 We do this again next week, same time. It is Galaxy Fashion right here on the Morning Galaxy on Star FM.